Hey YouTube fans, people interwebs, it's me, SG1, coming at you for another Star Trek, the official Starship Collections review. And as of today, I got my Norway class and Botany Bay. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. I could totally forgot I fucking ordered these as well, so that was a nice surprise this morning. As you can tell, I'm wearing my scarf. It's fucking freezing. I hate the cold. Yes, it is a Doctor Who Tom Baker scarf. Not as long, but, you know, does the job. Keeps me warm. But yeah, so yeah, this week we're doing, this episode rather, the USS Relativity NCV-474439-G. From the 29th century. So there you go. We'll go into it. Specification. Operated by the Temporal Integrity Commission, Class Wells. Operation 29th century. Length 193 metres approximately. Weapons disruptors. Captain Braxton. And we get a beautiful CG render of the ship on there. I think it's the same one from the front. Yeah, it is. Just the other way. It's no bad thing. Make note of this and this. And the colour of this. But yeah, really cool. Captain Braxton's first encounter with the USS Voyager came in 2373 when he was the captain of the Federation time ship Aeon, and was directed by the Temporal Integrity Commission to travel back in time to destroy Voyager. It was believed that Voyager had been responsible for the destruction of the Sol system but it proved not to be the case. And then we're going into various images from the episode Relativity, in which it turns up. It's a fuzzy shot. That's the TV, that'd be the image source available, because Voyager, you know, 90s. I think this episode was 2000. 15 years ago this episode aired. Holy shit, where does the time go? Yeah, and they haven't been remastered yet, so which is a shame, which hopefully soon. And then we get the topographical view there. It's really cool. Nice side view, which you don't really see that often. And the front and back view as well. On the front of the bridge there was a rectangular view screen which used to display data about the time stream and the time frame being monitored by the ship. The front view screen was a large helm control which had seating for 2 officers. On the port side of the upper level was the captain's chair, while elsewhere on the bridge was a temporal transporter. This allowed a person to be beamed into the past, with the temporal sensors permitting precise moment and location to be chosen. Yeah, T-cars it's called, is the image there. It's the T-cars, which stands for Temporal Computer Access and Retrieval System. When 7 of 9 was being instructed in the role of temporal interference, he was told by the Pogo paradox, which was a causality loop in which interference to prevent the event through the use of time travel actually triggers the same event. Terminator is a prime example of that. Terminator movies. Relativity's dedication plaque was the only reason for time to stop everything from happening at once. A quote taken from Albert Einstein. The episode entitled Relativity marked the 5th time that the USS Voyager had been completely destroyed. Also include the 8th time Captain Janeway had died in the series. 8th time? Yes. She died about, I think, 4 or 5 times in the episode Coda. And then Deadlock as well. Yeah. And then it goes into the history and backstory of Captain Braxton, which is played by Bruce McGill here. And I can't remember this guy from Future's End. What does it say? Yeah, it's going more into the episode Relativity there, which is pretty cool. Basically, you can actually be arrested for crimes you're going to commit, which is, you know, a little bit totalitarian, but, you know, a bit Minority Report. And then we've got Star Trek Voyager's best special effects. And to be fair, the later seasons of Voyager, the effects were fantastic, particularly Timeless, where we see Voyager crash on this ice world. It's very cool. And that is one of my favourite shots of all of Star Trek, where you see Voyager pass by the screen like it does a million times, but then it focuses in, and you see a member of Species 8472 walking on the hull, you know, nonchalantly. That's really cool. And then we've got more, and then we've got, I think, from Workforce. I can't remember what that episode is, but you can see how big Voyager is compared to the shuttles, because there's a Type 9 shuttle pulling out some warp coils, which is pretty cool. It also explains why there's a gap in between the nacelles. And I'm going on about the shuttle, but you can add extra bits to them, like grapplers and tractor beams, so they can move things around, which makes sense. So yes, and then we've got On Screen, which is it's only appeared in the episode of Relativity, and it was designed by Rick Sternbach. Some trivia. Jerry Ryan found it amusing in Star Trek Voyager episode Relativity. Their character had wore a Starfleet uniform, which she describes as actually very funny. She continued, I had just done an online chat about 3 or 4 days before the script came up, and they, as they always do, one of the fans had asked when we were going to get Seven in a Starfleet uniform, and I said, well, never, because she's not Starfleet. Of course, both of them got the... Of course, then bam, I get the call from the wardrobe 2 days later, we need you to come in for a fitting, because you're going to be in a Starfleet uniform in the next episode. Here we go. Bruce McGill was the second actor to play Captain Braxton in Relativity. The first actor was Alan Royal, who portrayed him in Star Trek Voyager episodes Future's End Part 1 and 2. Braxton mentions that Captain Janeway and Voyager were involved in 3 major temporal events. The first was clearly influenced in Future's End, while the second involved in Timeless. This was not Janeway's fault, but Chakotay and Kim's fault. The third was never clearly explained, but could have involved the events of Endgame. So, and then we get the top view on the back there. So really good, this issue. Really, really good. No designs though, no design in the ship, which is a bit disappointing. But then again, 15 years ago, so they might not have them around anymore. But there it is, ship itself, 29th century vessel, very cool. I like it. It's not without its problems. There are no, like I said, remember when I said keep note of these? There's no Starfleet pennants on there. Now, unless you know Star Trek like I do, you would never tell that is a Federation ship at all. There are no hull markings. There's nothing like to suggest that this is a Federation ship. This could be any alien ship you want to throw at. But just looking at it, it does look like a Federation ship from the 29th century. They've integrated the whole thing into one. Like, there's no saucer and no star drive. It's all one unit, which they started to do in the 24th century anyway. Things like the Defiant class, Norway class, all that sort of stuff, and they're all sort of compacting the design a bit. You've got the deflector dish there, which is not really detailed. You've got the temporal intermix core there, which is not detailed. You've got the temporal impellers there. Again, not quite as detailed, no plastic in there. You've got the impulse impeller there, which is again not thingied, not plastic in there. Main navigational deflector dish underneath, which is not plastic. I mean, it's a nice colour purple. I do like the metal colour on the wingtips there and stuff like that. It's quite nice. We've got plastic top. Metal top, a plastic bottom, which is usually the case for these things at the moment. Some really nice detail in it though. You can see the sort of the lights in it across there, which are nice. They're actually sculpted. They're not just painted on there. And you got these irregular sort of these irregular circle patterns there, along the line of the shield grid. And you got like what appears to be a torpedo launcher at the front there. And again on the bottom rather, you got the weird circle design there. Again, you've got all these panel lines. I do like this bit at the front. It's quite nice. There's a little bit of sparkle in this, I don't know if you can see it on with my shit iPhone. I don't know if you can see it. It's sparkling. I don't know. I don't think you can. But there's like a little pearlescent in there somewhere. It's quite nice. I mean, it's good. It's just not great. Missing the Starfleet pennants is a big no-no. And that could have been plastic, I feel. The temporal core. But other than that, I think it's really cool. And of course you get the stand, which says USS Relativity, and the register number there, which is NCV-474439-G. And it connects to the stand thusly. And there we are. It's rather nice. I like it. Again, like I say, it's not without its problems, but it works. It's quite nice. It's just that there's no Starfleet pennants on there. That is a big mistake, in my opinion. They should be on there, but, you know, hey-ho. So if we're going to do some... If we've got that, can we have the Aeon, please, as well? That would be nice. So anyway, that's me. That's Relativity, and I will see you in the future. Bye for now.